Y'all, it's Sweet 16 for the flagship of Housewives. Can be with Dallas Austin. Can be with me. You need to back up. You need to back up. You get too close. You get too close.
That was sick.
Girl, just calm down. Hey guys, welcome to the Snap Black Pod. Whoa, wrong podcast.
The name of this podcast.
Oh shit!
Woo! Sorry, girl. Just so many shows, girl. So many shows.
Oh,
Mm.
girl.
And Danielle didn't even catch it. She was.
When you want to know the bullshit, I was trying to put my charger in. I ain't want no bullshit.
Okay. All right, guys. Welcome to the Everybody Just Calm Down, the podcast. I'm your host, Aaron.
I'm Jared.
And I'm Danielle.
Guys, well, first, how was everybody's week?
Phew.
Or week?
Oh, the weekend was cute. She was rough on me today, but it was a good time when it happened.
Oh, rough.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
in danger?
No, like a bitch was hungover all day today. Still probably hungover.
That was me yesterday. I was on my couch. I blended in with my pillows. This weekend was pretty crazy for me.
Mm.
I went from mom to Kim Kardashian, like 2 seconds out. It was crazy. It was pretty wild. I had to chill. But today was cute.
I bet today was cute.
Mhm.
I would say my weekend was pretty cool. I had a cute little yang little date. It was cute. I enjoyed it.
I thought you weren't dating.
Every week
It's not a date.
Okay.
It's not a date. It was a date, but it's not with nobody new. It's with somebody that. Yeah.
What does dating look like in 2025 though? When you say I'm not dating and then you're saying I'm on a date.
Well, I'm not actively dating. Like, I'm not out here trying to meet new people. But this person, he been in the drawers before, so
Yeah, he
it
just
don't
spent
count.
the block.
I spent the block.
Okay. Well, I don't know, sweetie.
Why? Why don't you know?
Yeah,
Why don't you know?
Why don't you know Angela Oakley? You want to remind us again?
Right. Please. Please.
I'm Shamea.
Why don't you know? I'm curious.
Oh, I'm not sure.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you tried it.
Because the girls be out here just whatever. I ain't even got time. So, of course, we are here to review season 16, episode 1, Sweet 16 of Real Housewives of Atlanta. My first ever franchise that I ever watched on any piece of Housewives.
Same.
Fair.
As I am in Atlanta as well. The girls, it seems like the girls actually live in Atlanta now.
The girls are actually
Portia
living
lives in Atlanta. Portia's in Atlanta. Shamea's in Atlanta. I don't know about the Oakley girl, but I definitely think Kelly's in Atlanta.
She's in a townhouse. Of course she is.
Oh my God, that's mean. It's a lovely home.
It's no shade to the townhouse. I'm just saying.
I need to see it full out.
Big highlighted townhouse.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking those townhouses, they be looking all grand and huge on the outside, but then when you go in, you be like, oh,
you're sharing your AC unit is the one separating you and the neighbor.
Okay.
But Atlanta does have some really cute townhouses.
Like
and
beautiful
some big
townhouses.
townhouses.
Yeah, like huge.
Sure.
Oh, Jared got upset. He said, "Don't you ever come from my Atlanta town."
Oh, I'm sorry.
He said, "What Toya say? You little bullshit ass apartment quad."
No shade to those townhouses. We love a townhouse.
I cannot. So, of course, we opened up the show with who is now, interestingly enough, is considered an OG of the show, and that's Portia. We open the show up with Portia. She's basically telling us about her marriage and that Simon was not who she thought he was and that she's still living in the marital home. Shout out to Portia for wearing that black owned, and it's actually called Black. It's a Black-owned athleisure company that actually came to fruition, unlike GNA and joggers.
Spring summer.
Fall. Any thoughts about this lovely intro?
No, I mean, it was just kind of just a reminder of things that we've read and heard so far before. I will say just, I don't know, that whole situation just doesn't make sense to me. The fact that they got engaged so fast, and now she's acting shocked that she found out stuff that she didn't know. I'm like, okay, girl, but good luck.
Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, it was not believable. It's so fake to me.
What wasn't believable?
Just Portia. Like, I wanted to believe the storyline that she was so hurt and distraught. I just didn't believe it.
So you don't believe that she's hurt about it?
No. I believe that she thinks she's supposed to be hurt over it, but I genuinely do not believe that girl is hurt.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know
Go
either.
ahead.
Well, I just like, if you think about how she was when her and Cordell's marriage ended versus what she's given now, I'm like inclined to agree with Danielle because, I mean, granted, you know, she's an older woman, she's a more mature woman at this stage in life, but still, just like, she doesn't seem hurt to me. She seems more inconvenienced than hurt.
Yes. You want to know what's so crazy, Jared? I didn't realize I didn't believe it until I watched it for the second time. And they played it back in 2013, when she was in the process of getting in the divorce. And I was like, look at her saying, oh, big bubble butt. She was hurt. This time around, she was, it's like a child trying to make themselves cry. It was bad. It was pretty bad.
I don't know, guys, because, again, in the same way that Danielle loves to bring up her family of four, I love to bring up my broken home. That's not anymore. There was a point in time where I wasn't working. I wasn't kept. I was still paying bills. That's for Jared.
Just to be clear.
And that man, actually, he broke up with me on my birthday. And I didn't have a job then.
No.
And I remember going through, like, panicking. Like, oh my God, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? I don't have a job. Oh my God. And I'm probably going to have to move and do all these things, right? That is Portia with Cordell. A year later, we really break up. The finances were financing. They were very different. I had a place to live in Atlanta, bags packed and everything within a month. No issue. Yes, I was sad about a relationship, but it looks completely different. And I think Portia is in a different place of, I'm hurt about it, but I'm not weak. I'm not distraught because I got my own now. So I think it's just like a different thing.
I'm not mad at that response.
Yeah.
By the way, guys, I'm going to be caping a lot for Portia this episode. Just let you know. Just put it out there.
It's getting very relatable. What's going on?
Oh, it's coming. When I tell you I love me some Portia this episode, but we can move on. So then we move on to. I mean, I don't think we've seen this since the Jon Snow first season of House like this.
Okay.
Like, whew.
You talking about Sterling? Sterling Hall?
Sterling Hall, honey. Sterling Hall, honey. Let's be very clear, and this is me pulling a Danielle going a little bit forward before we get there. I ain't seen not one piece of staff member in that big ass house, and for some reason Drew keep having staff. I don't understand it. I really don't understand. I ain't seen not one piece of staff at Sterling Hall.
The only one is the nurse that takes care of the baby.
Right, and that don't even count.
And that don't even count because that child needs around-the-clock care. So that doesn't even count.
Right.
Yeah, no,
Crazy.
She did. That was mom and dad and his sister and nephew. That was family.
Not a piece of help.
I enjoyed that a lot, though. I will say that I did peep that. Like it was catered. I did see that because ain't nobody really cooking that kitchen. It was catered, but whoever was in that house was absolutely family. People who had the key, the code to get in the home.
No, 100%. I will say the home extremely beautiful. Shamea, and let me know how y'all feel about this. Shamea, not because of money. Shamea will be the new Candy on the show. Personality, not personality wise either, but just the place filler in terms of born and bred in Atlanta. And then also her giving us her family and it being like just a real Black Atlanta family. Like
it's very
really
authentic.
appreciate it. Right, very authentic. I really appreciated it. And I think we will have, at least I'll speak for myself, we will have a different feeling about her family because unlike Candy's family, Candy was a breadwinner. Don't let no man come in here. We take your money and our mama Joyce and all that shit.
Yeah.
Shamea is on the flip side of it. So I feel like we're going to end up falling in love with Shamea's family the more we get to know them. But
that's fair. That's fair. I would agree on that. I just enjoyed them eating in the house. No, I was just saying, I just enjoyed them like having breakfast. He was like, look at Papa. And the way that everybody was just like, the cameras were there, but that was their regular, that was a regular day, them having breakfast. That was really mom and dad. And we had Black parents, so we knew that was, you can't stage that.
Right.
Black moms don't care about no camera. You can't stage that. That was real. Papa, dad, but that was real. Even the daughter running up to her, all that was real. It was very believable. Yeah, Shamea may be the people's housewife this season.
No, she will be. And I was telling Danielle that outside of Atlanta is probably not well known, but Shamea's like every fucking where. Like prior to her getting a peach, Shamea was everywhere. She was on the All-Star games. When she says she's Atlanta's BFF, she truly is Atlanta's BFF.
You put that
on the radio with Tigger. Like she does the NBA stuff. Like Shamea is really out here like that.
Yeah, didn't know.
You didn't know either.
He the only one who knew that.
Yeah.
Him and Shamea's team.
Right. When because she was talking about like I would do this and I'm hosting and blah blah blah. And I'm like, girl, hosting what?
Yeah, literally that's what Danielle was saying. But like Shamea really is a really well known out here. Everyone really loves and likes her, which makes me flash back to all those times that she popped up and when she was hanging out with Candy. And it got very confusing. Like, wait, is she Candy friend or she's Portia friend? And then and us knowing how clink the what's the candy coated click is for them to let Shamea in, she gotta have some type of shit.
She's in there, right?
But she basically lets us know that her home was the second largest purchase of the previous year. That house is just beautiful. But then she goes on to let us know about her second daughter that she had via surrogacy. Which, fun fact, she used the same surrogate as Candy. And basically that her daughter Shiloh has had over a dozen surgeries. She was born premature. Just very sad, but thank God for her wealth. Praise the Lord. She, and from the things that I've seen lately, it doesn't seem like there's any mental developmental. It's like more of a physical thing, and I feel like she's gonna you won't even know it when she gets older. But also because of wealth and the older.
I was going to say wealth and opportunity can do that.
Hello. At this part, she basically goes on to let us know how she met her husband, Jerome. They've been together for 10 years.
Not Jerome.
She blew up. His name is not Jerome. What's his name?
Gerald.
Why did my note? I think my notes changed it to Jerome. Oh, Gerald. But she met Gerald 10 years ago. Apparently, he came over. Hey, you want something to drink? Make a long story short, they ended up spending their first night together. She blew up his bathroom.
I love it.
And I think when you can find somebody like that want to be with you when you're not at your best or how you would like to show up, that's where that's where you need to be. That's some real love right there.
Right. She probably knew right then and there.
Right, exactly. And then that closet elevator, I would never use it, by the way. I would never use that closet elevator. I'm claustrophobic in that look. Oh my God. Because imagine you got stuck. You can't even do this. Ain't no way. Shamea's wealthy, honey.
Shamea's wealthy. She's very wealthy, honey. But with that wealth, can I just put my 2 cents in? With that wealth, now, Shamea, I love you, girl. Now, with that wealth, I want you to not dress like the way you've been doing.
Fair.
I don't want that because you actually could sit with the best of them at caviar and caftans, but you are giving me girl. I don't know, but I don't like it.
I
They have
mean,
more wealth. I looked it up. They have more wealth than all of the housewives of Beverly Hills except for Kathy.
really?
So again,
Yeah, Kyle is at 100 and Kyle and Marisa are at like 130 million if I'm not mistaken. When I looked up Gerald, he was 170.
So
so
Shamea has a bigger
again,
wallet than Sutton.
so now you see, now clock that T. Now see, now you should be dressing your pocketbook size, which is very, very long.
But
I go ahead, Jared.
people, I love my city, I really do. But people born and raised in Atlanta, you know,
Country.
the taste. Even Candy, she wasn't necessarily a fashion
Big
queen.
country.
But to be fair, that's one of the things that I love. Candy was like one of my favorite housewives. And I'm finding that I'm going to end up loving Shamea as well because there is something to be said about someone that lives a life like that and is not like gauche and in your face with it. And I think there is something to be said. It's not about them being tacky because they're from Atlanta or like not at this level. I think it has a lot to do with them just being genuine ass people because I find I'm a very lucky person. Jared and Corey are like probably my two closest, if I had to put a category on it, gay male friends. Born and bred Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
And they're very down to, and I'm not saying they're tacky or anything like that, but what I'm saying is they're very down to earth people that aren't like, that feel like they need to do this or do that in that type of way. Like very loyal to the soil type of people.
But this is the thing, though. She actually is wearing the garments. They're just not pieced together. No, she was drenched in Chanel. She was in runway. No. I don't like the items and how they're placed on the skin.
Oh, okay. Fair.
That's
okay.
what I'm saying.
I'm not mad at it. Okay.
That's what I'm saying. No, the pieces are there. Oh, she's very wealthy. I couldn't even sit at the table with Shamea. You know what I'm saying? As far as at the bank. I couldn't sit nowhere near. But what I'm saying is, if you're going to wear the pieces, baby, I need them to mangle together.
I hear you, whatever. So then we move on, Shabuana, to Drew Sidora and Kenya. Whatever.
Excuse me.
Get that throat together.
Yeah.
What's happening here? And so Kenya shows up, booty on back. She don't need to wear spandex. She gotta stop doing that.
Yeah.
That cup right under it just don't
Yeah.
be giving what she thinks she gives. But she showed up with Brooklyn, cute little Brooklyn.
Gorgeous girl.
And then Drew starts talking about her divorce, and essentially, Ralph is relegated to the basement per the divorce court, or I guess while they're trying to figure out their divorce. I'm very happy that we did not see Ralph. I don't remember seeing Ralph in the trailer, and I hope we continue that because that's what makes Drew bearable for me. Even in this episode, Drew has never been bearable for me.
That's fair.
But she was very bearable because of Ralph not being there, and I think them two together is too much. I can't take it. It's too much corn. Much corn.
It's too much corn. It's too much corn.
That whole situation was so messy. Like when she was going off about, first of all, I didn't know these things existed where they are monitored. They can only communicate through an app, and the judge can see what they're saying to each other through the app. And I'm like, what a shit show.
It's so corny, though. I mean, they're both so corny, and I think the reason why her divorce is not fun and entertaining to us is because we saw in live time that your man was cheating on you. Girl, you was the only one not seeing it. You kept having your mother pray over him. It's nothing going to change. He's still cheating, sweets. It's over. But their relationship and Drew and itself, like you said, she's almost unbearable. Like, I don't know what it is, but she's not appetizing. It's not entertaining at all. She's like almost like a little weenie. I don't know. I don't know. Not my favorite.
Drew gives me the ick that I got when I first met Kenya.
And I still have it.
For the fact that I am more partial to tall, beautiful women. So I was willing to let Kenya slide because of how she showed up. in a particular type of way. With Drew, I just cannot
I can't get into
with
it.
Drew.
Yeah.
So go ahead, Jared.
What the hell was I gonna say? Oh no, another thing I think a problem that you both have probably too, which I also have with Drew, is that you can't believe anything she says or does. Like she lies so much.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
yeah.
That's
but
such
she's
a great
not
point
a
because I
Mia.
can't
She's
even
not a
feel
Mia
bad.
liar though.
No,
It's a
she's not
different
a
type
Mia
of
liar.
liar.
It's a different type. No, she's just a liar.
Mm-hmm.
She's a liar. Because that's just like even with like when we talk about Kyle, we feel bad for Kyle from Beverly Hills when she has her solo scenes. I feel nothing about Drew's divorce. I feel not a thing, not a nothing. It just doesn't. And I know the divorce is real, but I don't even feel like she cared. Like it just, I don't know. I just everything is corn. It's corn. It's corn. It's corn. But then, Kenya asked like what she's been up to. She said she's been doing like She did 5 movies in a year on the music end. She's opening up for Tank and Tamar, and then she drops the bomb that she's working with Dennis on music. This storyline for me is just for the show.
Exactly. It's like another thing. Yeah.
I hate this. I hate this. Like, it's not genuine. You are only doing that just to have some type of thing towards the show because you was damn near when Portia was on there with that season that she was there. She was sucking from the teat. Mm-hmm. She loved her some Portia. She needed some Portia, and then all of a sudden you're gonna do this weird thing. Like, please let this be Drew's last season. Please. Oh my God! Actually, that's a really good point, Danielle, about bringing up Mia. Because it is very similar in that way. Everybody
creating this illusion.
Right, but no, I'm speaking it from more so of the fan base or people outside of the show. Carlos and then everybody like, well, Mia's the one that's doing da 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 da, and like she's the feature of the show. At that particular time when they had like that weird reunion when they were wearing all black and Drew was there and Candy had like that weird bang that folded under bang.
Yes, that nasty little. Yes.
I remember distinctly on Twitter and everywhere else, everybody was gagging and gassed about, at that time, Drew was the only one that had a storyline.
Right.
A real true storyline. And I think that kind of gassed her. And I'm like, we got to realize, Drew is not, put her somewhere else. I don't want her here. I just don't like
her. Put her on Married to Medicine.
What the fuck she gonna do there?
She can maybe find a little. I can see her find a little ER doctor and making home way at Married to Medicine because this is not it.
No, not Married to Medicine. Because the thing about Married to Medicine that makes it so good is that Married to Medicine is super authentic. So you can't put an inauthentic person like Drew.
Well, a little liar up there. Yeah. That's true.
I mean, because you see how Phaedra has flamed out on there, and I don't know who lies more between Phaedra and Drew. So who knows?
Honestly, it's still gonna be Drew.
Yeah.
It's still gonna be Drew. That girl gonna lie. That girl gonna lie. And again, honestly, the word of the night, should be Dennis. The amount of time that we heard Dennis last night was honestly a little disturbing for me.
Mm.
I was like, the hot dog man?
No, I actually think the word of the show should have been Portia.
They love saying Portia.
And I'm going to get there because I got a nice little who needs to calm down. It's going to be real nice. It's going to be real nasty. She drops the bomb that she's working with Dennis on music. They go to the little flashback or whatever and show the interactions that she's had with Dennis and things like that. I have a real ick whenever I hear when I hear a straight girl, like when it's like a straight girl and a straight guy and she call him bro. When I hear that, you fucking. I don't like, yeah, bro, you're fucking.
I didn't like it in the phone. Did you see how they zoomed in and zeroed in on the phone and it said Dennis, bro? That blew me up.
I don't like that.
I didn't like that. I don't like that. Huh?
Just
Dennis, bro.
What you calling him bro for? Y'all fucking. I don't like that. Then she got the nerve to say Dennis is her angel on earth. He was her saving grace.
Now that took me out. Saving grace?
No. Like, I could not. Like, when I tell you I was so ready for this scene to end, and I must say, well, actually, we can get there when we get to Shamea's party. Remind me, well, it's actually in my notes, but Kenya. Actually, I say a little bit now. Kenya is needed on this show, and I hope she is on this show for about if it's 20 episodes, Kenya need to be there about 16 of them.
Yeah.
Because Kenya was working this episode.
She worked the camera. No, she did.
She worked.
She worked the camera.
Oh. So then we move on to, well, I guess it's going to give it up. We move on to Kelly, who I know will be my least favorite bitch on this whole show. I do not like that. This Cindy Lou Who ass bitch from Whoville looking ass.
Cindy Lou, yeah, from Whoville. That's what I was
I'm not a fan.
I don't like her in them lips, honey. I don't like that.
I'm not a fan. Not a fan. And my note says, we meet the newbie Kelly. What an interesting face.
I said don't like lips.
I'm just me, being a little extra or a little messy, whatever you want to call it. I was looking at the women that were around the table, and I'm assuming they were women of her family. I know her mom was there, but I didn't really get to click and see who else. Family, very beautiful women in her family. I'm assuming she got the short end of the stick is why she got so much work done.
Oh.
I'm going to cut that out. Was that rough?
No.
No, sweetie.
No.
It was money not well spent.
It's just not given. And I don't like when girls get filler or get their lips plumped up and then they also do the overline. It's like when you get a nose job and you still contour.
Yeah, why? What are you doing? Because can you even smell?
Right. Like, girl. But we're meeting her at the little tea party or whatever. I hated that button dress. It was giving Tanya when we first met her. Genuinely. She is having a tea party for her 17-year-old daughter, Chloe. We find that she has 4 daughters and she is currently going through a divorce, which sounds very messy. I meant to go back and look at Twitter because it sounds like it's like a real messy divorce, like drama, fighting.
The police were called several times.
Yeah, like worst enemies or something like now.
Yeah, I'm waiting for Twitter to act up because I'm ready for the police reports to show up because it's about to be real messy with them.
And I want one of his cousins to tell the story. You know, the husband side gonna tell the story. They're gonna tell real nasty. Gonna add a little razzle dazzle to it because it's so bad to where his face is completely black. They burn his out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Oh, Jared.
I had to switch my battery to low power mode. Just everyone just calm down.
Oh. And so she lets us know that, of course, the divorce, the pending divorce was very tumultuous and that she's originally from Baltimore. She calls herself the Queen of Waffles. She has a cookbook, has been featured in Forbes. A pretty impressive woman. It sounds like she did kind of give like a slight hint that the reason that the divorce is taking so long, it sounds like it was a situation of when I came into this, he was the breadwinner.
But now leaving out.
It's ending. I'm the breadwinner, and the reason it's taking so long is because he wants some corntadas. That's what it sounds like to me. She kind of alluded to that a little bit. She gave her daughter 17 gifts for being 17, all handbags. If that's what she wanted, I mean, she did want a Birkin.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming that she would have loved all those handbags. And she truly enjoyed the handbags. Portia said on Watch What Happens Live, yeah, I guess. But I mean, I would have thought to give her give my daughter some land or like some type of investment. I would have loved to see that as well. Living in that townhouse, no shade. There's nothing wrong with the townhouse. You own it. Great. Love it. But I just...
Do we know that she owns it?
I mean, I'm assuming...
You can rent the townhome.
I just hope. I mean, you can rent anything. Shamea's house could be rented, but we know it's not. I'm just thinking, I agree with Portia in that way, but at the same time, like, it could have been, out of the 17 bags, you could have did it like 10 bags, and then that 7 could have been, whatever. But listen, if that's what your daughter wanted, I'm here for it.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, what Portia was saying is cute in theory, but at the same time, it's a 17-year-old. Like, give the girl what she's going to actually enjoy. She's not old enough to appreciate land. She's not even old enough to live on her own yet. You can always give her some land down the line. Let the girl enjoy her bags.
Right. And if the coin titles are really coining the way they are, you could have did that 17 and just and then, you just got the land in the clutch.
Yeah.
Or investment property or whatever the case may be.
Right.
Right now, What are your feelings about Kelly?
She's annoying, but I mean,
Okay.
she came to work. I guess we'll see. Time will tell. But I mean, she was interesting enough. I guess.
She interesting enough. Okay.
First impression, not good. And we all know that I actually don't give second chances. So my theory will probably stay the same to the end of the season. She came in just a little too hot and on the wrong subject. So I just don't like, and I'm all for a messy girl, but I think in the manner of how her messiness kind of spilled out, I think that's what made it like an ick. And then it was the way it wasn't the what you said. It was the who you said it to, because we've all talked shit before, right? But I think talking shit to the person's best friend.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
I'm sorry.
We'll get there. I said thus far. I know I was very clear.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on Kelly thus far?
Honestly, 2 out of 10.
Yeah.
Okay.
I also want to mention I absolutely hate her style so far. I think it's the worst, particularly on the intro card. Her red look is god awful.
Giselle Jr.
No. Giselle has never looked bad in the title card. Giselle's never looked bad.
That's true.
That's fair.
Giselle's never looked bad. She's never not met the moment or been cohesive with the choir. That bitch had on patent leather and a cocktail dress. What? Cocktail length and patent leather. We're not doing that. We're not. I'm sorry, but okay. So then we move on to Kelly, Britt. This is where we get to meet Britt, but it's Kelly, Britt, and Shamea meeting. We meet Britt. She's a cute girl. She's the cutest girl out of all the new ones. She's an insurance agency, which kind of threw me off when she was like, as an insurance agency, you get invited to all the parties. I'm like, do you? Do I need to go work at State Farm to get invited to all the parties?
Your cousin just putting policies on everybody.
Hello?
I guess that's a big market in Atlanta.
You go ahead and fall down the steps if you want to, bitch. I got a policy on you. I dare you. But then they all sit down. Apparently, shots and double shots is a thing for Shamea. I want to go out to eat with Shamea.
Oh, I would love to go out.
Shamea's like that girl that orders everything and then pays for everything. Like that's when you know when the coins is coining. Kelly congratulates Shamea on how great of a mother she is on having to deal with Shiloh. And I thought that was a really beautiful moment. I think something that we're going to have to get used to, at least for me, is Kelly is really like Shamea.
Oh, yeah, she is.
And I think because we're so used to Shamea being number 2 to not only Portia, but also Candy, it's a little weird. And then we also know the energy that Kelly is giving to Portia. So it's kind of throwing me a little bit. But Shamea's the glue.
I was going to say, and we're finding out now that I love that little map out that they gave us with Shamea connecting to everyone. And I was like, oh no, she actually genuinely is connected to all of the girls.
I got to make that a sound. Remind me to make that a sound, genuinely. But Portia comes up and Kelly says she should have never took the man. We all know she's talking about the Fallon and Simon situation. And Shamea defends Portia by saying, there was no crossover, like mind your business, that type of thing. To me, even though it was all over the blogs, and I'm trying to put myself in Kelly's position, because my first thought was, wow, way to tell us that you watched the show. But at the end of the day, it was kind of everywhere when that happened. So you don't necessarily have to show that you were a huge fan of RHOA for you to have that information. So I had to take that off. Any thoughts on her saying that or just throwing it out there, especially to Shamea, who is Portia's bestie?
Yeah, I want to know. I just want to know how genuine it is. Like, are you just doing this to make a moment of the show? Or are you genuinely because if you genuinely think that, because a lot of us have, then I definitely get it. But you coming in with that right away and so hard right off the bat. Oh, but then what I didn't realize until I watched it the second time was that then it came up later that Kelly had infidelity in her marriage. So that is partially, I believe, allegedly, why she felt so strongly about it.
I mean, again, I didn't like it. And what I'll say is, Shamea, you could have done a little better with that. Let's be real. You could have tightened her ass up. which in all
Law said the same thing on Watch What Happens Live. I thought she did well.
No, because I know for a fact that if it were any of my girls and someone said, well, you should have let that lady husband, and I'm like, well, that wasn't for your information. And again, like I said, if you were being nosy and doing the blogs like the rest of us, okay, cool. But your intentions on how it was delivered wasn't giving that. And then you made a fool of yourself staying in front of that girl's best friend. It's a difference when we're just chatting about it. And you were chatting in a random group or setting of women that didn't imply the girl's best friend. That's why I thought it was so weird. What did you think was going to happen? Like I said, Shamea did handle it, I guess, in the best way that she knew how. But any other set of best friends, they would have ate her up. Genuinely. Like that. First of all, that's my friend. You don't even know that bitch. That's exactly how that would have came across. You don't know that girl from a can of paint. It doesn't matter if we read it 1,000 times. You don't know that story. And that's why Shamea said it nice, nasty, like you're acting like you know that with proof, with concrete evidence.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it was said like that. So that's my opinion on it. I think it wasn't what she said, it was who she said it to. You wanted a reaction out of Shamea. True. You wanted a reaction. You thought she was gonna be messy.
That is true, but at the same time, I think Shamea, in my opinion, I feel like Shamea handled it so well simply because she handled it. It was very consistent. Because you remember that time when I don't even want to say this person's name. I'm so glad that they're not on the show no more. I'm gonna just say DJ. When DJ was on there, and he was somebody's manager, and he was talking about the Underground Railroad, talking about Portia and Shamea. Don Juan, you making me say it. But, you know, and Shamea and that mom was like, y'all, let's not do that. That's my best friend. We're not gonna do that. It was very in a similar way, because at the end of the day, it is shitty that they put her in that situation. They put her in the middle, and then in this situation, she's putting her in the middle. And I guess like her just trying to be like she says she's Atlanta's BFF. It's giving Cynthia like, you know, I just really don't want to be in the middle. But again, I always say when you don't pick a side, both sides gonna pick you.
Oh, actually, they always gonna do that.
They always gonna do it. But you know, she defends Portia by saying there was never any crossover. Kelly doubled down by, you know, saying she went into that lady house, met the husband, you know, all that great stuff. To me, honestly, I don't care. I like unless, unfortunately, Portia did not come back that next season. When she didn't come back next season, I don't give a F no more.
Exactly.
I just honestly don't care. It's similar to like the Portia, Phaedra, and Candy thing. When they didn't come, when Phaedra didn't come back next year, I don't want to talk about it no more.
Yeah.
I mean, they did eat up, you know, they did eat up Portia. Nene did that next season, but still, yeah. But then Britt brings up, you know, I heard that Dennis and Drew are dating, and then Dennis then had hollered at everybody, child.
They said
like, he's dated everybody.
But don't Dennis look like a little simp though?
Little Cisco.
I'm not saying a little simp. Doesn't he give you simp? He gives you love bomber. He gives you simp.
Yeah.
He does.
Was that your crush growing up, Jared?
My who?
The way you was like Cisco. Was that your crush growing up?
No, I just didn't see the comparison. Because I was like,
Sweetie, never compared him to Unleash a Dragon. Yeah. Never. Never.
To your point, Danielle, and then Britt follows it up by mentioning that he came on the first date and gave her a diamond necklace.
He gives that. He gives simp energy. He does. And I think that Portia fell in love with that because at the time when Portia and Dennis were in cahoots with each other, when they were dating and on their boot up, they were in cahoots with each other. Portia was still at her dingy stage.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Portia today wouldn't have gave Dennis the time of day. We know that to be true.
100%.
But who Portia was after the ex-husband, yes.
She just loves an ugly man, child.
Yeah, well.
I'm a fan.
None of them men look good.
From a scale from 1 to 10, I'm good with a cute 6.
Oh.
I'm okay with a 6. But then Britt lets us know that she was a video vixen back in the day, and she was like on a whole bunch of magazines. You know, cool, cute, whatever.
Okay, got it.
So then we move on to Portia and Shamea at the strip club. Not gonna lie, when I did see some tweets first, and when it was like, oh my God, it's giving Love and Hip Hop. Why are we in the strip club? But then when I realized that it was Portia and Shamea at the strip club, I was totally fine.
That's
If they
an
had
MO.
the newbies, in there, I would have definitely had an issue with that.
Yeah.
Like, we don't. I would have thought this ain't Love and Hip Hop. This is real ghetto. But it's Portia and Shamea, and then also we had the alter ego photo shoot with Nene in a strip club.
Yeah, I mean, it's Atlanta.
Like,
Atlanta's
exactly. Thank you.
And not only known for the strip club, Shamea and Portia specifically, that is not their first time at the rodeo because these girls are born and bred in Atlanta. Most of their mutual playgrounds, they would be equating to the strip club or some type of stripper aspect. So this was not unbelievable. This was like, oh yeah, no, this feels right. We love the strip club.
Even I'm married to medicine that he gone to the strip club before on the show.
Yeah, that's a thing. Like that's a thing. That's a culture. I feel like in Atlanta, that is a part of the culture. A strip club is just as significant as being in a nightclub.
So 100%. Non-Atlanta people, that's the thing. There's nothing wrong with it. It was not Love and Hip Hop. That's Atlanta culture.
Exactly. So of course, Shamea lets Portia know that Simon reached out to her. It's like, hey, congratulations on your peach. I can't wait to see you and Gerald.
Gerald.
Yeah. What's his name?
Gerald.
I said that, Gerald.
Well, Gerald.
Gerald, congratulations on you getting your peach. Can't wait to see you and Gerald there. Wish I was there, and your beautiful Buckhead mansion, which I thought was just icky to say. It just makes me think of the type of person he is. Shamea responds like, all right, yeah, thanks, bro. Da 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 da, yada yada yada. And then Portia's like, I don't even think you should call him bro. And I was here where Portia was like that. Like, don't even be nice. Don't respond. Why are you being kind? That's the type of stuff that I would have an issue with a friend of mine doing something like that. Like, don't be all extra nice and kind. I'm not here for it. And then to come to find out what we found on Watch What Happens Live, that the Shamea's husband let her know, like, hey, you might want to watch out for him.
Yeah.
Shit is shiesty. So like, I don't know, dog. Like, we all know this. Like, don't be talking to him. I used to say all the time, any communication is communication. So if somebody hits you up and you be like, F you, that's communication. They just want to talk to you. And that's what he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
Who's that?
Girl.
Production. What is going on, production?
The pork chops on the grill.
Pork chops. Southern pork chops or grilled pork chops?
Grilled pork chops.
Okay. What's the size given?
Macaroni and cheese and broccoli.
Ooh, what's going on? You gotta stop up that hangover, child.
I know.
No.
Look, you want me to send it to you in the mail?
No, he was sitting there earlier. He's like, I want some mac and cheese. And I was like, oh, well, you should make some. And here we are.
Oh, just nasty. Just so rude. He repeated that out loud like that was going to make him look good.
No, it wasn't no shade. It was just like, no. I was like,
I told my nigga to make it and did it. The fuck?
Jealous. That's all.
Look. We know you a jealous bitch.
First of all, shut the fuck up. That's one. And so then we move on to Shamea basically letting her know what Kelly said about Portia. And Portia ain't got time for that. Portia was basically like, look, she's just trying to get some publicity for her little chicken shack.
When she said chicken shack, that took me out.
It took me all the way out, child.
My only thing was that I don't know what it was, or what the glam was. Portia looked gorgeous during this scene.
Thank you for bringing it up. When she walked in, first of all, Portia looks
good.
Portia is like, when I tell you, there are a few girls that I always say, like, if I were straight, they would be the ones I go for. Portia is one of them. Portia is like in my top 5 of women that I would like.
Oh yeah.
Jesus.
What you gonna do with him?
I'm gay. Girl, you already know my history. Don't even play it, my guy.
Girl.
Don't forget when I was in Mexico, bitch, busting them down.
Wearing this for this year. Can you imagine? What you gonna do with old Portia?
You trying to say I'm TJ? That's crazy.
Now you said you were TJ.
All the girls getting ready for Shamea's birthday party. Quick little montage. Shamea. Now, Danielle, the bitch can sing.
Why did you have to sing it, Brain Go Away that long though? You didn't have to do that. You just fucking stop.
No,
It was way too long.
I think production was like, well, when the girls suck, we give them all this airtime. So when a bitch can really sing, we got to give it to them.
It's giving Candace Jr. You ain't got to sing on everything now. Now stop.
I just don't think I could do another scene. Like we just had Ashley do it. Now I can't do the whole housewives awkwardly busting into song while the mom just stands there not knowing what to do.
Thriving and surviving. Again, I flashed back earlier today. I was watching the reunion when they were all blue in Potomac.
Yes.
And just thinking about how Ashley tried to drag Candace about her generational wealth. Meanwhile, you're not getting alimony or child support. Shut your dumb ass up. While your mama living in a tent under a bridge. Like, good night.
She did say she was in the shelter.
So then everyone's getting ready for Shamea's party. Cynthia FaceTime Portia and basically says, like, condolence for the divorce child. I hate this. Have you talked to Drew again? Like, it's crazy to me. Like, I don't want to hear no more. Like, let's not make this Drew thing a thing for real. Like every fucking scene is Drew and Dennis. Please, Atlanta.
She said Cynthia was like
fans.
That cut me up, because when she said it, I was like, why is Cynthia so close to the phone? And then the words came out of Portia now.
She said, Mama, look at Cynthia up to the phone.
Nah, that took me out. But then Kelly arrives early to Shamea's party, and it kind of gagged me at first. I was like, wait, Shamea, I know that's not what you're wearing to your party. And you also saw Kelly look at her up and down for a second, and I was like, but no one's there. No, I no, something's going on. But we didn't find out that she did ask Kelly to come a little earlier so she could talk to her about the whole thing. Like, just to let you know, I did let P know what you said about her.
Mm-hmm.
And then Kelly, I did enjoy Kelly's response. Kelly said, no, I'm not upset. Of course you would. Like, basically insinuating, I know where your loyalties lie.
Right.
So I was like, okay, the bitch isn't all the way delusional.
No.
All right. This is the nicest thing I can say about Kelly. She's not all the way delusional. That's all I got. Kelly's dress was cute. I will say this though. The three newbies, they all have the same complexion. They all have the same work done. When you introduce us to all of them, have them all in one space, you got the nerve to put them in white too. Bitch, I couldn't tell them apart. I had to do heights. It was confusing the fuck. I couldn't tell them apart. I'm like, now which one is this? Kelly was the only one I could really tell apart. Angela and Britt, I was like, what's happening here? It was just too much.
Well, the difference between Ange and Britt was that Ange's wig was flying, so that was the difference.
Yeah, I'm like, Angela, you can't be showing up to your first cast event with your wig flying off already, child.
And you had the nerve to say that you and Drew used the same hairstylist. Don't do that.
So, fun fact, out of all of them, I'm gonna end up loving Angela. Loving her.
Yeah, something about her.
Me too.
I already like.
I know I'm gonna love her, but let me tell you something. I don't know if y'all basketball fans or whatever the case may be, or y'all know the history.
I had to get the history from my husband, and he told me he's a no nonsense kind of guy.
Both of them, child. Both of their lines going on. Yeah, Lord. It is crazy.
Well, I had a mishap today, so I can't talk.
Well, you have a mishap every day.
Okay, bitch. Well, you got a 9 fire going on, so I don't know what's going on here. This is the trip.
Hold on.
Cause what?
Okay, we were at. Oh yeah. So Charles Oakley ain't that you want to play with. Andy, you better watch your mouth at these reunions.
I can see it.
Charles is involved. No, what you saw on this episode was mild, demure, mindful. Charles just got kicked. He's banned from Madison Square Garden. I seen y'all the video. In the I think it was been the last 5 years. Maybe like, let's say, stop. 5 to 7 years. He just got banned from the fucking Madison Square Garden because the coach, the owner of the Knicks, had an issue with him, didn't like him or whatever. And Charles was like, and security tried to. Charles was literally swinging. Like Charles is no nonsense. He's that guy. You can even see in how their
his demeanor, how their relationship is. Yeah.
Yeah. But that's what makes me nervous about him being on that show because I feel like because I have the history and knowing who he is and who he is and how he is, it didn't even like when I saw their banter, and she even made it like a point to say like, no, I can handle him. I know how people think, but like it seems like they actually have like a team type of relationship. But like, babe, you see, he was like, yeah, get that lace together. Why you got all that damn makeup on? I was just trying to show. Like, I enjoy that type of banter they
have. Yeah. But it was really authentic though, too. Like you can tell that was real. Even when he was joking with her, when they were doing the flashbacks, when they were by themselves, kind of like reintroducing them, I was like, oh, okay. And that's when I found out that he was a no-nonsense kind of man and that he actually stood on big business. I was like, oh, really?
No-nonsense, but he's funny, too. Because you kind of see, like, he has, like, a sharp sense of humor.
Very almost dry.
But he's being funny. But I will tell Charles this. Stop looking in the camera. Stop. Looking in the camera. Like, Jesus Christ. So Drew arrives, and we find that Drew and Angela have Chi-Town in common. Great. Kenya arrives. Kenya is just
giving the people what they want.
Kenya's that girl. I'm sorry. Like, Kenya is that
girl. You know she was first trending before Portia was? She was trending first. And on Twitter, and then Portia started trending.
The girl said, and this is the thing. Maybe we haven't seen it in the first episode, but Portia, I don't think Portia recognized her place now as being like the leader. And so how Kenya came in and started literally leading the storyline and making sure to push the storyline forward. Kenya knows her job. Portia, not so much. And that's why I said I really need more of Kenya in the show. I will say this. Britt said Kenya had weird energy. No, Britt, you had weird energy. I did not see Kenya having weird energy. I'm sorry. Correct me if I'm wrong, please.
Kenya wasn't standoffish per se. She wasn't super friendly and like Britt had to introduce herself to Kenya. Like Kenya didn't really, hey, how are you? My name, like she said, hey, and then she introduced herself to Kelly, and then Britt had to introduce herself to Kenya. Kenya didn't ask, or it wasn't super friendly. It wasn't super off-putting. It was kind of like very meh to me.
Yeah, okay, fair.
And okay, so for me, I feel like Kenya gave what she always gives. It's just if you genuinely don't know her, that could come off as stank. And I'm saying this is more coming from how girl on girl energy when we meet each other. It's automatic if you don't approach somebody in the way that you think they're supposed to approach you, or it's not the tone or the body language on what you thought you were going to receive, you automatically think she's being stank. She's being standoffish. So I don't think Kenya was genuinely doing that. She didn't get around to her. Hey, girl, missed you. But like, just because I don't automatically, my eyeballs don't go to you, doesn't mean I hate you in any way. Now
she was giving needy.
But that's what I'm saying. And for Britt, the fact that you needed somebody to speak to you that bad, I don't like that. Because now that's so like.
Don't forget later in the episode when she asked her like, "Can I get a hug, Kenya?" The fuck you wanna what?
Yeah,
like, girl, relax. But even like the whole interaction about the ring, as I was watching it, I would have asked the same question. You said this is your second ring. I would have thought second marriage, and you're just assuming that Kenya's being shady. And then here come Kelly. If you don't have a ring, you shouldn't talk about a ring.
Well, neither do you.
Shady.
She wasn't.
You said you didn't have your wedding band on. You had your regular ring on. Every single thing that Kenya asked was proper dress. She said, "No, this is my second ring." If someone tells me this is your second
from
ring,
a second man,
this is your second marriage.
Yeah.
You want to know the other point too that was so weird? The fact that she kept flashing it around and there was no wedding band attached to it. Any person, if you are actually married, most married people only wear their wedding band. They don't wear their engagement ring. It depends on how beautiful your ring is, or if you're that person to wear your engagement ring. But I know lots of women who only do that. Well, sweetie.
Literally just say that. She said, and another thing, I thought she was gonna give me a whole new take. Bitch, I literally just said.
And is it the right size? It's like it keeps sliding, like it keeps being off to the side. If you flash it.
So the ring is the wrong size. You need to get a ring thing on there, but a garter. But that's what I didn't like that. And when they kept zooming in, I was just like, well, girl. Well, and also, can I just say this one thing about her husband?
Girl, you already pushed us back 15 minutes. I'm trying to walk my dog and get in bed before 10. Jesus. Okay, and I gotta edit this. But no, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Only because I don't believe their marriage is also something that I think we're gonna see play out. I could see this being a separation happening by the end of the season. They will not. I don't see this happening in season 2. That man likes other things.
Go. This is why it's so hard to get people on this show, because y'all always accusing somebody's husband of
not y'all.
My note does say Britt's husband is interesting, and I'll leave it at that.
I didn't say what he liked. I just said I said he likes other things.
Shamea comes down, and literally I wrote, Shamea is like a candy to me. No matter what, the face card never declines, but I wasn't a fan of that look.
Mm-mm.
If old girl lace is lifting up because it's so hot, sweetie, I am as a fashion girly, I am one of those people that believes it's not always possible to be cute and comfortable, but let's be practical. It's hot as fuck in Atlanta, and you got that cape shit. It just wasn't a fan. I wasn't a fan of that liquid look on her. Just for everybody's wearing white. Everybody gave Memorial Day, and she gave Mardi Gras.
Yeah. Interesting look.
Yeah,
I wasn't a fan of
when I needed. What?
Those cheap shot o'clock signs that they pulled out. What was that?
I didn't even see those.
The decor was not good though.
Yeah,
the decor in general wasn't good.
They came out with these like shot o'clock signs that look like that I made on a poster board after Shamea entrance. It just threw me off.
I just and again, I think that's probably why we like Shamea, but I was just so thrown away by the entire birthday look. I was so shocked. And again, I already told you, I want her to stop doing that 27 piece. Like that on top of her head.
I love her hair.
I'm not a fan.
Huh?
I think she looks a lot better. She looks a lot better with long hair.
With bundles. This looks like that hairstyle is aging her. She looks like an amazing 57-year-old.
An amazing 57-year-old.
I 100% agree. Yeah, she likes.
Wait, you see what I'm saying?
She's a woman of a particular age where she.
That's a woman of a particular age haircut who's still thotting though. That's the one whose body is still T. The body is still T, but they got that haircut. They stand on business.
Child, speaking of a woman of a particular age, body still T, because in that first scene when she was walking through in that pink dress, she was definitely walking like Gayle King, bitch. Gayle King was down. Where is Shamea? Where is her? Okay, wait. Please, y'all. After we hang up, text me to put in Gayle King walking in heels. Please, I'm putting this in this video. Please do not forget, because I edit tomorrow. But so this is when I really started hating Kelly. Get off a P dick like this for real.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna just go straight in. When it was time for Shamea to get her culling in that Rolls Royce truck, and Portia walks up. If I'm waiting for my friend to get there, I'm Shamea. I'm waiting for my friend to get there. She's the person I'm looking for most, because we have our insiders and all that stuff. That's my girl. It's a whole different vibe. Yeah, all these people here, but it's different when my best friend get here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't give oh my God, what kind of friend is she to take away the moment? No, when Shamea turned around, she was like, oh my God, my bitch is here. And look, bitch, look what I got. So, if I was Shamea, I would have turned around, oh my God, bitch, you're here, and you're here at the perfect moment. Yeah, I would have loved to have you here earlier, but you're here while I'm experiencing this joyous moment. I'm so happy you're experiencing this with me right now. I would have hated if you would have missed this too.
Right.
Yeah.
And then they try to make it seem like there's this narrative that try to make it seem like Portia is jealous of Shamea.
Yes.
And I just don't believe that.
It's not.
And not because I'm caping for caping for Portia, I believe their friendship is much stronger than that.
Well, you want to know why though too? And I think I'm so glad that they put in those pictures from '96 because we saw them in the Housewives together. We want to see that.
'96.
The pictures literally said 1996, and that's when you know that it's not just friends from the show from 10 years ago. Yeah, I knew the other ladies from 10 years ago. No, I know this girl over 30 years. So whatever you think this narrative is, and even on Watch What Happens Live yesterday, Portia was like, "Oh yeah, no, she's been wealthy." She was like, "Yeah, no, she's the girl. She's very wealthy. My friend is an African queen.
My friend is a black queen in Atlanta, and
Period.
her and her husband are successful, and there is not anyone else in this world that deserves it more than Shamea."
You see what I'm saying?
Like, leave that girl alone. Let us be very clear. We gotta stop acting like Portia is not that girl. Like, Portia needs to be jealous of Shamea.
Fair.
Kenya, of course, moving the storyline along. We have Cynthia telling Kenya about all the drama between Kelly and, well, all the drama with Kelly, not between Kelly and Portia, but the drama with Kelly about Portia. And of course, you know, Cynthia, you know, Kenya's gonna move the story forward. So she gets the girls like, "Hey, I heard you had an issue about Shamea bringing this forward," and you know, I don't even think they talked 5 minutes before Portia comes rolling around. And no, we were just saying, you know, basically, I felt like, you know, why you say that woman husband? And the way Portia paid that lady dust, I said, come on, Lanithia Leaks. Pay her dust. Give her nothing.
What took me out was what's your name again?
Can I get your last? Yeah. Can I get your last name? Like, right. What is this?
Because you got all this to say, sweetie. I really don't even know your surname.
Yes, and then like you keep calling yourself the queen of waffles. Listen, I had her waffles, and let me be the first to tell you,
but it ain't good.
Ain't that great?
It ain't that great. It ain't that great. Sugar, like it's not.
I was like, what's the is the food good?
Like it gave press. Like I think because we never, I never gave Nene this. Nene will always say, you know, I'm the new girl. I mean, I'm the big honcho, so of course the new girls will come in and try to come for me. I never gave that to Nene simply because Nene was such a strong person, and I can understand how Nene could rub you the wrong way. But to me, Nene and Portia have like the opposite type of thing, where Nene is very strong, but then it may rub you the wrong way initially meeting her, but then after a while, I feel like Nene is a true loyal, like a real loyal friend, like a real friend as time goes on. And I feel like this is me dragging Portia. So Portia's different. You want to hang out with Portia, you want to be friends with Portia, and then as time goes on, you be like, oh, this bitch is a little funny acting. Let me keep like, hold on.
I can see that.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
So even with that shade, Kelly, you're doing too much because I know Portia's not giving you no shade. So
well, she don't know
you
you.
can relax.
Right.
And then Britt caught a stray. Britt was trying to like be cool. She's like, actually, I don't even want to talk about it no more. I said, damn, Portia.
She ate her up.
I'm not interested in talking no more. I'm not here for it.
That lady was looking in the sky when she said that. I was like, oh my God.
And another reason that I love Angela is how Angela was like, really, Kelly? Are we really doing that? Like, Angela's gonna be, I'm gonna end up loving Angela. So I guess it.
Yeah, now you guys fix it. Is she?
She gonna fix it.
Because it took Portia like about 20 seasons to get her edges.
And can we also just real quick give a shout out to Charles Oakley? Charles Oakley played basketball in '86. That man looked good as fuck.
Now he do look good. He's soft up daddy. Now he looks sweet. Looks well.
He's aging well. But apparently it was just too loud, so the girls decided to go to the living room off the bedroom. It looks like when they get there. And did y'all catch Monyetta? We don't want you. Did y'all catch Monyetta on the elevator? She was there.
She was there.
Yeah,
she was there. I didn't even pay attention.
Yeah,
no, definitely missed her. Just like I did when she was on the show.
I was gonna say good night.
Didn't even know that she was there.
All right.
Dirt and grass.
Who?
That is crazy.
And it should have been a no. And it should have been a no trespassing sign too.
Ciao.
Yeah, right.
Dirt sticks. Okay, so basically they all sit down, and then the opening question is about Dennis and Drew, and then the episode ends. Thank God. And then we're gonna go into part 2 about that. We need to dead it out.
Yeah.
I was cool with Kyle and Dorit having 10 episodes of them going back and forth.
Not
I
this.
only got 1 or 2 episodes of me for this to be Apple Juicy Lucy, whatever the fuck it was called. It's too much for me already.
Right.
So guys, now it is time for our, well, at least my favorite part of the episode, where we say, it's just so much going on, and we just need to figure out.
Everybody just calm down.
Girl, just calm down.
Relax.
By the way, I need to change the photo for whoever we're talking about, because it's always Beverly Hills on the background.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Boy, the girls are bad.
Right.
The girls are bad.
Right. So for me, I feel like there should be no shot. Who I think needs to calm down. It's Kelly, from your oversized lips and you overlining them to you looking like Cindy Lou Who, for you to be all on Portia's body in the way that you are. It's giving obsessed. It's giving fan. It's giving you saw how wealthy Shamea is, and you're trying to really edge in and move in on Shamea. And so you could be number 2. At the end of the day got to end, and I want you to end. I don't want to see no more Kelly. I'm when I tell you I'm already done with Kelly. She has had a piss poor introduction.
So just in the spirit of not being redundant, I'm gonna give it to Angela. Only because I want better for you, and something about you I like, and I like your energy. And we can't be showing up to our first cast events with the wig sliding off. We got to do better, Angela, and I want better for you. So calm it down today. Calm it down and glue the wig down.
Shavana. Well, no, the girl.
You know what you need to do?
You need to. Well, you know what? And honestly, I'm going to switch it up as well. Who I actually think needs to calm down is old Brit. And I'm going to tell you why. First of all, it annoyed me, and I don't think anybody else knew that she was very nasally in her confessionals. I did not like that. It was very nasally. It's like, oh, she's not well. She's sick. I don't know if she's spreading germs. So that's strike 1. Strike 2, sweetie, please get a ring garter. They're about $5 at any jewelry store. You can actually get them on the back of your ring. We love an upgrade to 10 carats, but if it falls off, you have 0 carats. So you have to calm down and actually get a ring garter. Hope you have insurance.
Okay. All right. Okay. So guys, one last question. If you can rank this new season with all these new girls from a scale from 1 to 10, what are you giving it? I'll go last.
So Jared, at the premiere episode, I would give it an 8. I was entertained. Okay. I laughed. I'm intrigued. I'm actually excited to see the next episode. So an 8 for me.
If we're gonna give, I would give a little half a point. I would do it 8.5. I'm definitely curious to see what this season is going to bring. Now, don't piss me off and give me the same storyline the entire season. I don't want that.
I would love to give it an 8.5, but Drew is going to make it an 8. So it's an 8 for me. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, guys, I hope you enjoy us reviewing Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 16, episode 1. We have a great long season ahead of us. I really have high hopes for these girls. I have much high hopes than I thought I would have, honestly. And I'm excited about that. Yeah. So I hope you guys enjoy our review and enjoy the reviews that we will have going forward. It's been a real one. Thanks for tuning in to the Everybody Just Calm Down podcast. Peace.
Bye.
Wow. All right.